The acting Police Minister Firoz Cachalia, he's due to give evidence on the state of policing before the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee that's investigating alleged corruption within the SAPS. His appearance today follows the testimony of his two Deputy Ministers, Cassel Mathale and Boshielo. They both told the committee that the then Minister, Senzo Mchunu, failed to inform them about his decision to disband the political killings task team. Cachalia will also brief the committee on the powers he's delegated to his deputy since he was appointed in July. Newzroom Afrika's Zoleka Qodashe, following those proceedings, joins us now from Parliament. Zoleka, good morning to you. This is going to be important testimony from the Police Minister this morning.
That's correct, Stephen. Good morning, and good morning to the listeners. You'll remember that Professor Firoz Cachalia was appointed as acting police minister in August following those bombshell allegations by Newzroom Afrika, the top cop in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, essentially implicating or fingering the Minister Senzo Mchunu in alleged criminal syndicates as he made those allegations on the 6th of July this year. Also saying that there were connections between the minister as well as controversial figures, particularly those that are currently facing serious charges before the Alexandra Magistrates Court. But I think what's also going to be interesting for the ad hoc committee as well as lawmakers is essentially related to the powers of the minister in relation to the disbandment of the political killings task team, but also, as you correctly mentioned, Stephen, those powers and functions that have been assigned to his deputies. You remember that when the president appointed Professor Firoz Cachalia, it was in terms of Section 91, subsection 3C of the Constitution, which essentially allows the president to appoint no more than 2 ministers from outside the National Assembly. Now, this has been a point of contention in some quarters, with the MK party in particular challenging this before superior courts in the country, also saying that there is no particular provision in the Constitution that allows for an acting minister. So we expect that from those quarters, there will be central questions around the powers of the minister, but also in relation to the powers of the deputy ministers. You'll remember that Deputy Minister for Police, that's Cassel Mathale, last week, told the ad hoc committee that the minister, despite them being in office for about 16 months or over a year, were not assigned any powers and functions, therefore making it difficult for them to account to Parliament. But this was contradicted to some extent by Dr. Boshielo, who appeared before the ad hoc committee yesterday, who said that essentially that may be the case, but the acting police minister, since he was appointed in August, assigned powers and functions to her in particular. Within a week of being in office. Of course, the deputy ministers also said that they raised this concern with the minister, Senzo Mchunu, several times to no avail, but also conceded that this was not something that they raised with the president, given the fact that they were appointed by the president in terms of Section 93 of the Constitution. And so that is something that will be in sharp focus as the ad hoc committee continues its probe and looking into those allegations of a criminal infiltration as well as political interference in the criminal justice system. What will also be interesting to look out for are those particular powers and functions in relation to the minister, as well as the disbandment or attempted disbandment of the political killings task team. You'll remember that this has been a source of debate before the ad hoc committee as well as in the country in relation to the powers of a minister, that is Senzo Mchunu, to actually issue that directive for the disbandment of the political killings task team. Of course, he's also conceded that he actually did not consult in that matter, but we also heard yesterday is those kind of frictions or tension that has played out between the minister as well as the National Police Commissioner, which Boshielo has said has made it difficult for the rest of the structures within the SAPS to function. And so we expect that those proceedings will kick off at 10 a.m. with the acting police minister first fielding questions from the chief evidence leader, Advocate Norman Arnser. Stephen.
Zoleka Qodashe, thanks very much indeed for that update from Parliament, part of our team there, that in session as well today.